3, 2, 1.
We're back.
Right in the camera. Ready for this?
Oh,
Episode 7.
Cheers up, brother.
oh my God, 7.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Wow, this is good. Oh yeah, that's good.
So,
Wow.
Frank, you were just telling me how excited you were for this podcast.
Yeah, because we were at Target and we found a new variety pack. Variety pack number 2 comes with 4 new flavors.
That's good.
It's really good. Comes with watermelon here that we have on display and that Ryan and I are both drinking right now, and it's delicious. And then there's also tangerine and lemon and mango. They put mango in the.
They threw it in there.
Yeah, they put
finally,
it in the new variety pack with 3 new flavors. And so far, the watermelon's really good. And I was saying I had high hopes for the watermelon because the watermelon is the label with the biggest color differentiation between it, like in the where it's written.
Yeah.
Because with the other flavors, you have 2 colors, but the second color here that you get with the green with the watermelon is usually like a lighter or a different tone of like the same color that is above it. So here, this is the first flavor with this distinct color, which I mean it makes sense because it looks like a
refreshing,
watermelon.
man.
It looks
right?
really good. You got the green rind, you got the pink insides.
It looks good.
Delicious.
And we're excited because this is what we do, man.
And I gotta
we
say,
drink White Claws.
I really like it.
It's really good.
I think it, and they really hit the watermelon flavor nice.
They did. They hit it right on the spot. And you know what I love about White Claws? This is like, it doesn't taste too much like alcohol, and yet you're drinking it.
You know you're drinking the alcohol.
You know you're drinking it.
You feel it. You feel the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, obviously you feel the alcohol, but I mean, like you feel it when you taste it a little bit too.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it does give it a little extra.
It's just a little pinch
of flavor that I think makes White Claws better than just like LaCroix or whatever. But I taste this watermelon and I think the first thing I thought was, okay, this has more sugar in it, but it's still the 2
calories.
Still the 2 grams of sugar, still
They're
the
killing
same
it.
as the other one. This one, it doesn't. You get a little sweet. This one's sweet.
This tastes good, man. We could just do an hour of reviewing the watermelon
new flavors. Okay. So Ryan, you had something you wanted to discuss.
I did, but it's sad that we're not going to be drinking all the flavors today. Maybe we should.
No, I think we're going to cover. We're going to cover
get
the
lemon. You got tangerine.
I got tangerine
and lemon over there.
And then we already know about mango.
Oh, that's right. We do know about mango. Right.
People already know about mango just because it was, before Variety Pack 2, it was that flavor that you can't get in the Variety Pack.
Right.
But now that they've, got Take 2, so it's like...
And the same price, man. Can you believe
the
that?
Exact same price, yeah. That's tight.
I mean, hey,
I like
beats
it.
me. But if I was on the, White Claw distribution and pricing team, I would ramp that shit up. Because I would have paid an extra $2
for the new flavors.
If it was 3, I would have been like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But 2 for sure.
Yeah.
Locked down.
But I like I think the same price is good.
And we also got a new plant.
Yeah, we have a new. I like it.
We're just gonna keep rotating the plant choices.
Yeah, for sure.
Plant choices. This one's beautiful though. I mean, can we just appreciate this plant? And I'm not even kidding you. I think it was maybe this big, if you can see in the camera. This big when we got it. And we've been taking care of this bad boy since we moved in here. So
It's
very proud of this baby.
It's good.
And don't ask me what it's called because I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, neither do I. What do you got?
So guess what, dude?
What?
Well, you're not gonna guess, but
I won't be able to. But just that gets me excited when people say "guess what."
Yeah.
I feel like some people are annoyed by that when someone says, "Hey, guess what?"
Amanda doesn't like that.
That's all they say. They just say, "Hey, guess what?" I kind of like it because I think it's a term or phrase that, although technically it's a question that is very difficult to answer. You just start with "guess what?" Oh, well, I mean,
you guess
I don't
anything.
know anything.
Yeah. That's what's fun about it.
That's what's fun.
Yeah.
And then, but you usually, because when I hear it, I expect like, okay, I got no idea So you're just gonna tell me, and it's something cool because you said, guess what? So I'm ready.
Well, I saw one of the Matrix movie sets.
Oh shit!
Yes, dude.
Oh,
so I was walking downtown with my coworkers.
Fuck. Dude, they also just finished filming Venom 2 here.
Did they really?
Did you might have? I mean, but see, it's funny you say that because I've also heard that they're shooting The Matrix 4 in San Francisco right now.
No, they are.
And I also just
my coworker saw Keanu Reeves.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yes.
Fuck. Continue.
Yeah. Well, not that time, but like a couple weeks before.
Okay.
He was like, "Dude, I just saw Keanu Reeves." And so yeah, we're walking down Post Street, which is literally right where I'm at.
Yeah.
It was just way far down. And they had booked up it looked like a restaurant / like coffee cafe thing.
Yeah, they had it shut down.
And they had a whole street shut down. And then they had like cones everywhere, and they're freaking like smoking, stoves outside, like the crew and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then we were walking by, and this guy's like, "All right," he says something like "back to work" or something like, "All right, set four," and then they like everyone starts going back inside and stuff. It was cool. I didn't see Keanu Reeves, but it was lit, man.
Yeah, I noticed this set photo. I saw a set photo on Instagram, and it looks like he's got long hair for the role, or at least in the shot. Like he was.
He has in real life, right?
Well, yeah, he's got the long hair in real life. So I was
yeah.
wondering if he'd change it, but I guess he's not. But
maybe not.
But yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because they also recently finished filming Venom 2 in San Francisco.
Who's the actor? What's his name?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, that's right.
Yeah. And Woody Harrelson's going to be playing the villain in this one.
Ooh,
Carnage.
Nice. Yeah,
Carnage,
yeah,
the red version of Venom.
Literally the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Almost.
I mean, the only difference is like, you have Carnage who, Cletus Cassidy is the human who gets infected by the symbiote of Carnage, and Carnage becomes a super villain compared to Venom, who some consider an anti-hero, / villain. But the reason why Venom's just an anti-hero or a villain is because of the fact that Venom, the symbiote, is merged with Eddie Brock, who may be kind of an idiot, but is a lovable idiot. So you get an anti-hero. But when you merge a symbiote with a serial killer, who is what Cletus Cassidy, he's insane to begin with. Yeah. So then he gets this extreme power, and obviously he's gonna just murder the fuck out of people with it.
So how is there a difference between a villain and an anti-hero? Because the opposite of a hero is a villain.
And the anti-hero.
And anti means opposite, right?
Well, I think it's the idea of you could say what you're doing is good, but at the same time, the way you're going about it is pretty fucked up, Okay. And that kind of speaks to, Deadpool, who a lot of people consider an anti-hero.
What?
Yeah.
How? Like comic book or movie version?
Both. Just because of the way he is, he just, he murders everything.
Yeah, he does. That's true.
But with guns and swords. But he's usually killing the bad people.
Right.
So I feel like it's usually an anti-hero is someone who fights evil, but they just fight evil with evil. I think that's the most broad, general way to put it.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Deadpool definitely fits that.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
umbrella.
And even just the way he behaves with his words and his how vulgar he is and stuff. Yeah, he's and because you have the clean cut superheroes like Superman, who's the Boy Scout. So dude, that's where the whole anti-hero idea comes from.
Do you notice how much we talk about superheroes?
Yeah, superheroes are great.
They're awesome, aren't they?
Who cares?
I don't know.
They're awesome, dude.
Yeah, I would talk about them every week.
But Matrix 4 set on San Francisco. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, I didn't see Keanu Reeves, and I was really hoping. I was like walking by. Couldn't see him though.
It's crazy though that you can shut down an entire.
Yeah, how did they get permits for that? Because I was, man, who was I telling?
I think he's just having a lot of money.
Oh, actually, I was just telling them a story, or not them. So I went to Seattle this past weekend. Was it past weekend? Yeah, this past weekend. And we fly in there, and then we take an Uber to Amanda's cousin's place.
Okay.
And so in the Uber ride to the place, our Uber driver would not stop talking. I mean, it was like, it's like I always wish for an Uber driver who's like talkative,
Yeah.
you know, because
Really?
I like to meet new people. Oh yeah, for sure. But this was like it was like 45 minute drive.
Yeah.
So we had to drive through Seattle and then a little more. And so at a certain point I was like, bro, I really just want you to be quiet and like me knock out right now.
Yeah, I feel.
But anyways, he was he moved to Seattle from Alaska to start making films. And he was
from Seattle to Alaska?
No, he moved from Alaska to Seattle.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
And I was asking him like, oh, like, you know, why Seattle? And he's like, oh, it used to be really cheap, but now it's way too expensive and stuff like that. And he was like talking about how he was struggling and stuff. But the point being is that he talks about how hard it is to get a permit for filming or shooting or anything like that. And so he was talking about the operations that he's done where you literally are like driving around a block and then when you want to shoot something, you just get out of your van, start recording, get the shot in, and then just hop back in and go. And then I was telling him about your situation that you told me when you were filming the
On the Golden Gate
the
Bridge.
shot on the Golden Gate Bridge where they kicked you off. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That was the idea, and it was funny because I didn't know. You know, when
I wouldn't think you'd need a permit. I didn't know that either. But
yeah, well, I mean, I get picked up to go to the Golden Gate Bridge at like 4:30 a.m. or something like that, and then we get there by like 5 a.m. and then we're on the bridge, and I had no idea. You know, I wasn't told like, oh, we're working under a time constraint. Like, we're not supposed to be here. We were just going.
Yeah.
So I feel like somebody knew. Somebody knew that we were. I mean, Pietro director had to have known that we weren't supposed to be there.
Definitely knew.
But now that thinking back on it, we were working at a pace that was pretty quick.
Heightened.
Yeah, pretty heightened. And we were moving we were moving down the bridge, and it was funny because we would have to adjust for cyclists. There's a lot of cyclists who are
just pounding that bridge every day,
bridge at like fucking 5:30 a.m. Whatever. And so we would be like, we're moving together as a unit down, taking up the whole side, and then there was just like one person in our crew who was constantly saying, "Move to the left, move to the right," and he was getting aggressive about it too, because he like made it his mission. Like he low-key ended up like yelling at some of us. But
those sidewalks are like what 6-7 feet in width, maybe.
Yeah, they're not that big.
They're not.
Yeah, that's what's funny about us, being on a crew is that things get like heated. Like voices are raised. People are yelling at each other, but I have yet to feel like it's ever been actual like hate.
No, I mean, you're just trying to get the job done.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's never felt like,
it's business, bro.
Never felt like any sort of bad. It's just like not even. But Ryan, I wouldn't even say that, because I feel like if it was business, then I feel like there would be bad blood. But I think the fact that it's art mixed with business, I think that's what gives it the feeling of like when people are arguing on each other on set. It's like everything's all good because in the end we're all like trying to make the best movie that you can. Right. So everyone is on the same page when you get down to it.
And also, I mean, it's kind of like a known stigma, I guess is maybe the right or wrong word, but that movie sets are inherently stressful and that people tend to be dicks on them.
Oh, yeah.
You hear like stories about, Edward Norton and other people.
Yeah. I mean, not that I have, any real legit experience, but with the small short films that I've done, it's like, the stress thing is very true, for sure. But it's funny you mentioned Edward Norton being, a handful.
What? He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he seemed like such a nice guy.
He did.
So maybe I should have said that, but.
But I think he knows he's like also difficult to work with. I think he's aware of it too, and I don't think there's anything necessary.
Well, sometimes when you get those type of people that they have an idea or a purpose or goal, and it's like you rely on other people to achieve that.
Yeah,
they can put a lot of pressure on other people, and I mean, I don't think that's. I mean, it's not a good thing, but I don't think it should be a bad thing either. and especially when you're trying to create art and stuff. I mean,
like I don't I'm not I don't make any excuses or think that actors who like freak out on set or have like breakdowns or are hard to work with. I don't think there's any excuses for that. I mean, I'm not bothered by it, and it never like affects my view of them. Like one of my favorite actors, Christian Bale, he has one of the most famous on-set freakouts on Terminator Salvation, where he like screams at like a gaffer, like a lighting guy.
Really?
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's literally, if you look up.
Is there a video of it?
Well, there's no video, but there's an audio recording, and it's on YouTube. All you have to do is look up Christian Bale like outrage Terminator Salvation, and you get a 5-minute video of just like a black screen, with audio, with very clear audio, and then subtitles. and it's great because if you've seen Terminator Salvation, like he's doing an American accent. He's playing John Connor. Yeah. But he's out of character when he's losing his shit. So he's like got his like Wales accent, I think it is. And it's hilarious. But I mentioned that I just don't think there's any excuses for it, as much as I love Christian Bale and actors who are difficult to work with. And I say that because from my experience being an actor on set, that's the easiest job there is.
Probably,
out of every single thing that's going on.
That's true.
The acting is the easiest job.
Yeah.
It really is. And
what about the mic guy? Like the boom.
That's really difficult too, because that guy he's not just holding the thing up. He also knows.
What is that called? The boom.
The boom. Yeah. The boom. Yeah. He's not just a guy who's like holding it. He knows he's got a freaking system on his belt. He's working with another person. Yeah. He's got headphones on where he's getting feedback.
Yeah.
It's more than just a dude who can hold his arms up. Like, you need to know what you're doing.
That's true.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy about, filmmaking, is that the actual recording, the actual action to cut, in my experience, has been it takes the least amount of time. It's like I'd say like 20% of the time on a film set is actually, action, then cut.
Yeah.
Everything else is just set up. There's just so much lighting, sound, costume, makeup,
testing.
Just so many things, and there's so many different little jobs. And the actor, all you have to do, you have lines that you memorized, and then you just have to pretend to be someone else. And you're only working, like I said, like in the 20% of the time where the camera's rolling. So the rest of the time, you're just sitting there.
Just dicking off,
practicing lines, getting in the mind of your character.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there's still work to do, but I just find it so funny that, like, you hear about, they're difficult to work with. It's like, there's no excuse. Like, you got the best job on set. And not only that, you have the least stressful job too.
Maybe that's why they're entitled, though. I mean, they
because
just get it so easy.
All you have to do is just there's no technicality. It's just
there's technicality.
Well, there's technicality, but it's not like, having the right, build or the right CGI or the right. There's just so many things that go into making a movie what it is, and there's so much money. I feel like all the money, like the stress, the stress is on. I think the people who carry most of the stress of a film set is everybody except the actors.
Really, you think so?
I really think so, because everybody's job is like so important.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is just reciting lines. Yeah. And it's like, I
can relate to that, because I mean, my family used to do those dance studio shows.
Yeah.
And my dad used to go in at like 9 a.m. And the shows were like at 5 o'clock at night, and they would last like 2-3 hours tops. And we would even go there early. I mean, you helped us out 1 year or 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, back-to-back years. Yeah,
those were some fun years,
great.
man.
Those are great.
And I mean, our jobs were okay. Like, they were pretty easy, because all we had to do was pick up things and set up.
Set them back. Yeah.
But I mean, the amount of production that goes into, a 2-hour show is crazy. Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a mixer here that's like a 12 input, but my dad had this, like, I think it was like a 36
I remember that thing.
And it was like insane. There was like a ton of wires coming out, and he had to like stage tape them to the. it was a big production, and
Yeah.
I can only imagine how much, think about like a Marvel movie where, I mean, that's kind of so crappy that you get all these people that are working so hard to make these actors look really good, and then they get all the recognition.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
like I'm thinking about like
that's
Marvel,
exactly why actors should have no excuses for misbehaving.
like Iron Man. Like Robert Downey Jr. Like most of his acting is I'm assuming the camera is like right here because most of his scenes are him like
looking around,
like inside of his mask,
literally most of his job has just been like been in like a sound recording booth with like a camera right in front of his face, probably just like, and he's just like looking, he has lines, and he's just looking around and acting like he's like,
and there's nothing in front of him, there's no screen with data or whatever, and even when they have the scenes where like he goes up and he's like, that's not him.
Oh yeah, him
like
flying
he's
around.
not
It's someone else rendering.
How sometimes like with Spider-Man they'll have him like on some cables and they'll jump him a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah.
He doesn't do any of that. Like that's all CGI, right? That's all CGI.
And you know what else is funny is that as his when he first started in 07, 06, whatever, right before the movie, right before the first Iron Man came out in 2008, he his suit was like much heavier in terms of like what he was wearing, and as his career progressed as Iron Man, he would have to wear it like he just had them like make him wear less and less. Like he talked about that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Who
he had the VFX artists, and he just asked for like as the as his character continued, he would have to every movie he'd wear less and less stuff, and by the last movie he was just like wearing like a normal like CGI jumpsuit like everybody else was.
Yeah.
When in the first one he had like a bunch of like clunky stuff he had to put on top of the CGI outfit. So it was just funny like hearing him talk about like how he like, I made sure I had it got better and better for me. it only got easier. Got more comfy.
I've heard him talk about, he's like he talks about how I forget, I think it might have been at Comic-Con or something, and he's like talking to the audience, and he's like, you really have to, and I'm kind of making fun of him now, but
of course.
He's like, and you really have to get into character and absorb Iron Man, because a lot of your scenes, you're not really doing those things. You're just speaking to a screen, and at first I was like, oh wow, that's really respectful. But now that I'm thinking about it and you're explaining to me, and I'm just like, I don't know if that's cool anymore,
Yeah, no, it's when
it's not hard work.
It's and I like acting so much, and I like to act so much, but
I mean, they're brilliant people.
Yeah, but it's
Robert Downey Jr. is really amazing, and I
really
definitely couldn't do his job. But
it's like you gotta understand that. I just really think that in terms of pressure, and that's why I like acting, is because I want to have my idea of making a movie since I've been a kid and before I knew anything. It was always fun. I was like, it must be fun to make movies.
Yeah.
And then, but since I've been on sets as an actor, I'm like, I'm having fun because I'm like chilling here, kind of getting into like a crazy mindset, whatever I'm playing, and I'm just waiting for my next scene. Meanwhile, I got people like, oh, the mic's not working. Oh, fuck. We got to shoot the scene. Like, they're freaking out and all that stuff.
Dude, producing this podcast is hard. I can't imagine producing a whole movie.
Yeah. And even here, I'm just the talent of this podcast. Ryan is the big producer. I'm just the guy who's tagging along.
The face.
Like I say, Ryan, if there's ever a paycheck that comes in first, that's all you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
It's all you, because you need some reimbursement for the.
I mean, it's been so much fun though, and I honestly haven't invested that much, but
don't worry, that first paycheck will be small
for sure. Thanks. Yeah, and by the way, if anyone wants to sponsor us, hey, any small time businesses out there, we get about, what are we thinking, 15 views per video at this point.
You know what's so funny
Something
about our
like
views
that.
is that they're just slowly like going down and down. I like it though. We're weeding out
the fakes, man. These are the real people now.
I mean, our first video is like
100 and something. Yeah.
It's like, that's amazing. But then the second video is like 55.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we had about the video 4 and 5 had some pretty bad audio issues because we got this new setup, and we had to kind of rush the the fourth one. And the fifth one, we made a mistake by recording with what we believe to be the computer audio rather than these microphone audios.
Ryan thinks we recorded with the computer.
I really don't know how it happened, but amateur mistakes.
Yeah.
But we fixed them. And I mean, at this point, at this rate, these podcasts are only going to get better and better, you know? Agreed or no?
Well, I mean...
they're just going to become more fluent, more easy to do.
Yeah. If anything, the guarantee we can give you is that, you know, until the next flood, knock on wood, we will have... There will be one of these every week.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm even sick right now, and we're still going.
Oh, and by the way, like... Yeah. This Saturday... You know, Saturday recording could be whatever time during the Saturday could be a thing because could be a solid thing. Well, not set in stone yet, but at least for the next 2 weeks.
Cool.
And I say that because I, for some reason, have had now I think 4 or 5 weeks in a row where I have had Saturdays off.
Oh, nice, dude.
From work, and it's crazy because my days of availability are Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm working about 17 hours a week, and I'm getting Monday, Friday, and Sunday.
Oh, okay.
And I'm getting Saturday off, and I've had this for weeks in a row now, including the 2 weeks coming up. I don't know what it is, but it's like I'm getting Saturday off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to think my manager has a crush on me, the guy who makes the schedule. But you know, that's just me being. He was very impressed when I said my shoe size was 12.
Hey man,
so
you know what
like,
they say.
he might be a size king, which
never know.
As long as I keep getting the Saturdays off, man. I'm cool.
Dude.
All right, I'm gonna crack this tangerine.
Dude, speaking of White Claws, man, this is so good.
I know. All right.
It gets better as you go, but we're
trying out the new tangerine flavor now.
You know what I don't like about it?
What?
I don't know if this specific one, but it's really carbonated. Like I've had to burp like 20 times already.
This one's good too.
Okay, I gotta finish this one so I can try the other ones.
Wow. I got it. Damn.
For all the fans out there, we release these on Wednesdays because, White Claw Wednesdays, of course.
Yeah, White Claw Wednesday, yeah.
And if you just want to chill at home, I've heard a couple stories about people grabbing some claws and listening to us. That's what we're all about, man. We're just trying to chill, hang out, drink some claws, and just wind down.
We highly, and we also just, not a sponsor yet, but
no,
we do highly recommend the White Claws. They're really good. And
absolutely.
What's that lemon like?
Oh, it's delicious, dude. You got the tangerine right there?
I got the tangerine.
Oh, dude, honestly, this might rival the lime.
The tangerine's really good because it tastes like it.
Dude, you might just have to crack open that lemon right now.
I think the White Claws really get the fruit flavor down really well. I have to say, I really think they do. I'm just gonna crack this lemon just for the sake of cracking it.
And if you haven't had a White Claw yet,
and
go.
Just if you're 21 or over, please.
Right, of course.
On anything under, stay away.
Of course,
stay away.
But get your shit together. Go get some White Claws, right?
Mm-hmm. Really? Wow.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm telling you, this shit is magical.
I'm at a crossroads. I'm at a 3-way crossroads right now where I can't pick what new flavor is my favorite: tangerine, watermelon, or lemon. Because they're all hitting like exactly what it's like
this shit hits nice.
You know what it should taste like, and it tastes like that.
God, these are so good.
Here's my question though. Why?
That might be my new favorite.
So you have lime, you have raspberry.
Raspberry, grapefruit.
Great, but here's the thing: the grapefruit is called ruby grapefruit.
Ruby grapefruit.
What's the fourth flavor? That black cherry.
Black cherry. Yeah.
So black cherry is kind of.
Black cherry is like a neutral. It's like I'll drink it.
It's not only that. I'm just trying to figure out why there's only one flavor that has a word description on it that is not part of like the actual name of the fruit.
Right. And you know what's funny
and that's why
about
black cherry is kind of on the edge, because black cherries is like a certain type of cherry.
Yeah, it's black cherry.
But at the same time, why not just call it cherry? So I'm kind
True.
of I'm gonna let black cherry slide just because you can buy black cherries. That's the thing.
True.
But ruby grapefruit, I feel like there's just grapefruits. Am I right?
See, that's the thing. And honestly, you've seen a grapefruit, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Grapefruits are good.
They're ruby colored. Also,
they are.
I mean,
like when you crack them open,
exactly,
and they got the color rubies.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's kind of a ruby color. I mean,
yeah, ruby red.
Ruby is, it's maybe a lighter pink ruby,
Yeah.
But
it's definitely
I
reminds you
agree.
of ruby.
I don't know why they did that, and it's
And then they
funny
didn't-
because
they
I
didn't
don't
do
think
it with
anyone
this,
calls it
with-
ruby grapefruit.
Right, ruby grapefruit. Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor? I mean, no one, first of all, says grapefruit, but if they were to,
Oh, and
they
by the way,
would
if
say
you're listening
grapefruit.
right now and grapefruit's your favorite flavor, we love
Sorry,
you too.
but you're wrong.
I mean, you're wrong, but we
Yeah.
we love you and we respect
appreciate
your
you.
opinion. We respect your
And
opinion.
you know what? As long as you're drinking Claws, respect.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
throw those Trulies at me, man. Come on,
Yeah, this. Yeah, I mean,
dude.
Dude. The first hard seltzer I ever tried was a Truly, back at the back at the old Riv crib, and it was
The Riv Crib. I'm gonna
Riv
have to
Crib.
adopt that.
Yeah,
The Riv Crib.
the Riv crib. you know the crib with all the cats. But I had a Truly and I was like, wow, hard seltzers suck. And then I had the White Claws at
Yeah.
Dolores and I was like, oh my
Dude, these are
god.
magical.
These are
man.
so like,
These are
what the
good.
fuck is Truly doing? Like, how knockoff can you get?
Trulies are okay. They have the pineapple, which is it's all right. But
I mean, that yeah. There's a lot of fruits to choose from, and if you're
Right.
in the lab trying to make a hard seltzer, you got to be looking at
Right.
which ones are missing from other brands.
Exactly. That's true.
Because I know lemon was part of the Bud Light hard seltzer premiere. I think they premiered with 4 flavors, and I know lemon was one of them.
Apparently, according to the Old Row Instagram account, apparently, according to its comment section, the Bud Light seltzers are really good.
I've heard they're really good.
So,
Barstool is sponsored by them right now.
oh, are they really?
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, picked up the wrong brand, bro. The heck?
okay.
Should have picked us up.
It's okay. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
What?
dude, guess what?
Yeah.
Do you remember what I was complaining about? I think it might have been our first or second episode.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, Truly has this, or Truly is at this place. Let's just put it that way. And White Claw isn't.
Okay, give me more.
I was
Remind
upset
me more.
because I wanted to buy White Claws at a cheaper price. And a specific wholesale retailer sells Trulies at a nice price. And
it's
in bulk.
it's the grocery store the grocery store that you like. That's on.
No, it's Costco.
It's Costco. Oh yes, Costco in the
Costco,
bulk.
right?
Yes, Costco
Yes.
with the Truly bulk. Yes.
So Costco sells
Costco with
Trulies
the bulk.
in bulk. And
Yeah,
I was
I do
like,
remember you saying this,
what
yes.
the heck? What's going on, White Claw?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to buy a 12-pack. I mean, if I'm buying, like, come home with like a 30 or 20, and
stock
just
up.
stock up, leave them in the fridge. Well, they didn't do that, but Costco now sells White Claws, man. Good stuff. Real good stuff.
Do they
dude.
have like a?
It's like a $14.99 thing going on, which is way cheaper than any other one. Like they're usually $15.99 or $16.99.
Do they have
Which
a?
is what Target sells these at.
Do they have a like? Are they just doing 12s, or are they doing like boxes of like 2 12s?
They're doing 12 packs, man.
They're just doing 12s. Okay.
But still, $1 off regular
know,
pricing.
Right. Okay. I say give it time, and I bet in it maybe, I don't know. I have hope that there's a chance that next time you go to Costco, they got a box that contains two 12 packs, so 24 in total.
Yep.
I can picture it right now.
Yeah.
Just putting them together.
Like in a mega pack.
12 plus 12 equals 24. Yeah. Oh, dude, imagine.
math.
Bro,
What?
mega pack, you get. Dude, now that there's a flavor pack too,
Yeah.
Costco's about to do a combo with flavor pack, a flavor pack 1 and 2 24 pack. You get all 8 flavors.
Yes. That would be game changing, man.
That thing clocks in at $30.
Dude. I'm getting 3. Honestly, I could. I mean, maybe we should stop ranting about White Claws, but these things are so good. And again, we're not
They really
sponsored. We should be sponsored at this point, but I highly recommend them.
We should start sending the podcast links to people. Just start doing do mass emails. Figure out emails of all different things,
Yeah.
Different people can give us money. Just give us money.
Wouldn't that be great if we actually got sponsored or something?
I mean, it would be cool to get sponsored by White Claw.
Yeah.
And it's also cool to just keep promoting it without a sponsorship and
I'm
just
cool
see
too.
what happens. I mean, yeah, probably.
So I
but it's
I mean,
fun.
I think we mentioned this last episode, but I can't believe that we stole or we claimed the White Claw Wednesday thing. I mean, that's dude.
I know.
In the day of the internet,
How do you copyright something, Ryan?
Hard to. Well, I don't know if we can copyright it.
you want to?
I'm pretty sure we are against the copyright laws right now. But
yeah,
the great part is
when you look up White Claw Wednesday on YouTube,
you can, I don't
it's
think
just us.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no other White Claw
exactly.
Wednesdays.
WCW podcast as well.
WCW podcast. Yeah.
I don't think that you can claim White Claw, right? So they've claimed White Claw hard seltzer, and then they've got the little TM thing right here. So I think we're in the clear, man.
It's an R. It's a registered trademark because you have TM and then you have R.
Right. I don't know the difference, to be
I don't know
honest.
the difference either. But I know. Here's what I know. I know. I know TM is trademark.
Right.
And I know the R is registered trademark.
Right. Correct.
So maybe registered trademark has to be more powerful in a sense of in legal standings. It must give you more ownership in a way.
Probably.
That's what I could think. Just
Probably.
because it's registered trademark compared to just trademark.
Well,
gluten free too.
We do throw this on our logo as well, so we may be in trouble.
Oh, we have this on
we have the mango, dude. We have the mango.
We have the mango up in there.
Yeah,
I think that's the perfect flavor to have up.
Oh, for sure, I agree.
Yeah, because it was before this flavor pack 2, it was mango was that flavor that White Claw was aware this flavor tops the other 4 that we put in the variety pack, so we have to put this individually. Yeah. But dude, I'm surprised they put the mango in this pack. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that they came with 3 new flavors.
Came with 3 new flavors, and the price is the same.
The 3 new flavors surprises me more than the new price.
And can we agree? This variety pack superior to the other one?
100%.
No question.
No question.
These are so much better.
No question. Because every
and I didn't think that could be real.
And we've tried every flavor.
Yes, we have.
Just take a sip of this tangerine and
I'm sick, bro. You don't want to. Yeah.
Wow.
See, I actually just had.
That's it.
I got you, dog.
How much I appreciate that. So much,
dude. I don't mean to go moping and poping around, but dude, I had 102 fever on Thursday. So I went to work. I was feeling, so I had this body ache. My knees were aching, you know? And for some reason I was thinking that I was getting a cold because Amanda was getting a cold and a little sore throat. Okay. And dude, I went to work and I was super cold. There's that carbonated burp. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting them. I've gotten a few.
And I go to work and we have this walk that we do every Thursday for vitality points, which gets you healthcare points or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, I do the walk and I come back and I'm okay, I'm going home, everyone. I come home and I'm feeling better. The next day comes around. I'm feeling a lot better, right? That's yesterday.
Okay.
Then I start sleeping, or me and Amanda go get ramen, and dude, I start getting a sore throat. So it's
Yikes.
I got a fever. My immune system went down a little bit.
Yeah.
Amanda gave me her thing, and it attacked me while my immune system was down.
Low.
And so now I feel like I finally beat the fever.
Okay.
But I'm still fighting the sore throat.
Still fighting the sore throat. Okay.
But you know what's helping?
The claws, dude.
The claws.
Okay.
The lemon, dude.
Here's just I think a great question.
What?
What do you think is worse? a stuffed nose, like you just got a nostril that's just clogged as can be, or you have a sore throat that is as scratchy as can be.
I would rather have a
clogged nose or sore throat. What are you going for?
Just one or like both? Because we're talking about a clogged nose. Like, I mean, what are we talking? Two different things, you know?
I mean, my experience with clogged noses is, I mean, always both are clogged, but there's always one
that can get a little bit.
Just like, it's like sealed shut. And it's like you got one nostril sealed shut, and then the other one is like you got to blow it every hour, and it clears it out, but then it stuffs back up. And
Dude,
the other one never clears.
Why is that?
I don't know what it is, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, and you know what's so funny about it is at different points in my life, I've experienced where like one will be my breathing nostril, and the other one will be my clogged nostril, and then it'll flip. Like, it'll flip sometimes. And I'm like, wait a second.
You get like a solid blow. You get like and then the rolls flip. I don't know what it is.
That's so weird.
I think
so weird.
I think I will take the clogged nose over the sore throat.
I think so too. Yeah.
Just because of the fact that like when it comes to breathing, I think that having to like, you got two ways to breathe. You can breathe through your nose. You can breathe through your mouth. Mm-hmm. When your nose is fucked up, you still got that mouth breathe going. And then not only that, but it's like with the nose clogged, it's just sort of an annoyance. It's just like, this is annoying. It's not painful or anything, but when you have a sore throat, you don't really realize how much you swallow.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
Until you have a sore throat, and then it's like you're just constantly like it's like every time is a swallow. It's like a task, like a chore. It's like, all right, here goes some pain now. Here comes some pain.
Yes.
So I have to say, I think I go with the stuffed nose every time.
Have you had strep throat before?
No, I haven't,
bro.
Hell,
thank God.
Hell,
it's dude. It's like 10 times.
You and Scott. Throat. I know you and Scott have both had strep throat.
I've had strep throat.
Yeah.
I think multiple times actually.
Yeah, I think you. Yeah, that sounds right to me. I feel like there's been multiple times where you've been hung up on that. I
think that's a virus, though, not a bacteria infection.
I think it is a virus.
I don't know how it works, but you have like a common cold is like bacteria, right? And it infects your body, and then you have these viruses like what is the itchy one? Chickenpox. That's a virus, right?
Chickenpox,
That's a virus, right?
Yeah, it's like the red dots on you and you're itching. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have like strep throat and all the major ones.
But we have vaccinations for those things. Yeah, so we're good.
Well, actually, I don't think you get vaccinated for chickenpox or strep throat.
Pretty sure you get vaccinated for chickenpox when you're a baby. It's one of the.
Is it one now? Because I for sure didn't. Because I got it.
You got chickenpox? You got chickenpox before?
Yep.
What? How old were you?
Dude, I don't know. I just remember. Rory got chickenpox, and I got to play outside with Sam Stekovich all the time. Sorry, I just name dropped him.
It's all good. It's tough sometimes.
I got to play outside with him and his little brother Andrew, who was really young at the time. Yeah. He was really young, so I was maybe, I don't know, 10, 12.
I'm picturing it right now.
I know. We were shooting hoops and stuff. It was great. And like this is like when me and my brother were like at each other's, you know.
And meanwhile, we
were always fighting.
Street getting yelled at by my mom.
And then karma happened, and I got chickenpox, and my brother got to go play out with the guys. And I just remember playing Digimon all day.
He flipped. The roles flipped. So I mentioned chickenpox because I think that was one of the vaccinations I had as a kid.
Maybe.
I remember getting a shot for like chickenpox, like prevention. And also the TV show Veep on HBO had a little running joke where a character had chickenpox because I don't know if you know this, but there is a section of the United States, a pocket of believers in vaccinations being poisonous to kids.
I was literally about to mention this.
Okay. So, and the joke in the Veep show is that you have this politician who's running for president. Yeah. And part of his like campaign is like vaccinations are poison. And his character gets chickenpox. So it's like, it's funny. So that's what makes me think like I definitely had the chickenpox vaccination. Yeah. But going back to just like the people who don't believe in fact, like Tristan. Okay, so Olivia, she has a cousin who they're like super Republican right wing, and they don't believe in the vaccinations. They think the vaccinations are like.
But that's not even like a Republican thing.
I know,
it's just like a
yeah. I know it's not a Republican thing.
Weird internet like
it is a
vax
weird
bomb
internet
thing.
I was just tying it into the Republican thing because I think it's based for them at least. I think it's based in the fact that they're like super religious.
Oh, maybe
so they don't think that
maybe,
like, you need like man-made medicine to fix your kid. But it also reminds me fucking I don't know what he ever did with this, but when
who are we talking about?
Tristan. When I was living in Riverside with Tristan, he knows this cousin of Olivia pretty well, obviously, because he's been dating Olivia for so long. But
it's your old roommates.
Yeah, so he did a whole thing where he joined a Facebook group.
No, he didn't.
I swear to God, he joined a Facebook group made up of people who think vaccines are poison.
Yeah.
And he infiltrated this Facebook group.
I was about to say.
Just so he could post, things being like, you guys are idiots and you're wrong, and like posting science and facts about like vaccinations keep, kids healthy and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I remember him doing like the process, like him applying and stuff. And
he had to apply.
Yeah, he had to apply. Like he literally had to fill out there was like an extra thing he had to do, like a whole other thing. He had to like create a whole nother kind of personality and vibe to fill out this whole like agreement about why he was an anti-vaccination person.
Yeah.
And he completed it. It was a success. Mm-hmm. But I never really asked him, and he never really told me if he did anything with it. I feel like it was one of those moments for him and just moments for just people in general, where we get so into something and so passionate about something in a moment to where we do something that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
And then when that thing is completed and it's time to now put the plan into action, it's like, this is pointless.
Dude, yeah.
And it kind of harkens back to me mentioning last episode with me creating the Twitter account to like go back on how the Dark Knight Rises is good. It's like you do this whole thing and then you realize
you're just like,
this is meaningless.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't care actually. Now that I put all this,
and not to mention, nice. I mean, he wasn't really going to change their minds.
No, he's not.
He was just going to go in there and cause a little uproar.
Just cause a little uproar. But then he gets to the moment of like uproar and he's like,
nah,
this is stupid.
Yeah,
this is fucking dumb.
Yeah, dude. People think that vaccines cause autism. How crazy is that? I mean,
that's the main thread of this whole belief.
Because people, because modern technology and stuff, we're able to what's the word when you're trying to like you discover we're able to just discover different forms of autism and like way better, right? So people are like,
there's different levels.
We're also getting vaccines more, so now that's more vaccines equals more autism, but in reality, it's just people used to live with autism and not really know.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just there's just more accurate diagnosis,
exactly.
more in-depth diagnosis.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you have
more advanced technologies.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean,
and I've really noticed that. Just from, I don't know. I feel like I'm born in '98. You're born in '97. So
yeah,
I've kind of noticed a change in the whole like with the autism and like diagnosing autism and stuff is like, because
what do you mean by change?
Well, I just mean like, because I can recall back to when I was like a very young, to where I felt like you had your special ed classes.
Yeah.
And I thought that, I don't know, there were people, just the whole like on the spectrum thing. I feel like that has become, because I feel like I used to be in class with people who had forms of autism, but it wasn't like a serious form to where they were in the special ed class.
Yeah, I get you.
And we kind of saw this whole like this very like separate divide.
Yes.
Like this, you're either in the regular classes or you're in special ed classes.
Yeah.
But I feel like that has changed so much
definitely
as
changed.
I've grown older.
Yeah, for sure.
And I see it because I now am in class with people who know their diagnosis and they themselves understand like I have, a form, but it's like it's not a big deal. I just
it's just something that I have to battle with.
It's just something I have to live with. And it's so that's why that's just a change I've noticed, and that's what I think, and that change has led to ignorant people having the stigma. It's like, it's because, vaccines have been slowly,
Yeah.
like, they get the vaccines at a young age and then they discover it, 5 years later or something. It's just like, it's not,
It's preposterous. Is what it is.
It's really dumb.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And
I know
the fact that the fact that, moms are going online and doing research and, people are funding websites about anti-vax and they're not vaccinating their kids. And I forgot, I heard something about some crazy disease coming back because
of like
people aren't vaccinated. Yes, because they didn't get the vaccination.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is ridiculous. And it's so much ridiculous. And actually this goes into another topic, but it's so ridiculous that Google actually took off all of the anti-vax things when you search up anti-vax. They put up all the good statistics about it.
Like if you try to like look up like reasons why vaccinations are bad, they'll just give you reasons why vaccinations are good.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And you know how they run ads.
Shouts out Google.
You know how you have to like, yeah, exactly. But actually that brings up another problem. But you know how like you search something in Google and then there's like ad and you have to scroll down to like the real stuff.
The real link.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that they took the ads off and then they put up, the statistical analysis, all the research stuff at the top.
Do you use Google Chrome for your for your normal just everyday browsing?
Yeah,
Same here.
It's better. I used to use Safari on my Mac, but
I use Chrome on my Mac and I use Chrome on my PC.
I don't know why I updated it one time and it was just shit in the bed, dude. Yeah. So I switched over, but
I use Safari on my phone, but that's the only time I use Safari.
Yeah, same actually. I was gonna say though, so I'm all for Google, I guess blocking the anti-vax funders or whoever pays for those websites about ridiculous stuff. But what do you think about Google choosing what and what not? What we see
them having
and what
control
we
over
don't
what we see?
Exactly. How scary is that? Because bro, everyone uses Google, you know.
You know what?
It's
funny.
like, bro, do we really want a company that is deciding what is okay and what is not okay? I don't know. I mean, I'm all for it, but I'm all for the anti-vax stuff. But again, it's like, should we be giving them that power?
I think it makes sense, and I think it makes sense because like we rely on these internet search engines. Just like we rely on our technology that records our every thing or every movement, action, whatever. So we've gotten to a point where technology is so ingrained in our lives that I think that we're kind of just along for the ride as just normal everyday people who aren't working for these tech companies. And I see it in just I think of your like phone picking up or your computer picking up things. You say something, you mention something, and the next time you open whatever, there's an ad for that.
Scary.
Or there's some video related to that. Yeah. Or like even a better example is like you have like YouTube channels that you watch every day or whatever, and you open YouTube that day, and you know what you're opening YouTube to watch. Like you're like, and I got that video.
Boom.
I know that video, and it's there, and it knows, and it's like, And then you also not only that, but you notice people. My roommate is a prime example. My roommate Cameron, he has on his MacBook, on his laptop, he's got the piece of tape always on top of his webcam thing.
Yep. People do that all the time.
And I noticed.
In fact, laptops now come with a slider.
Yes, there's cases. There's cases that you put on, and it has a little slider. You close the. And that's fascinating.
The lack of distrust in society is just so high, isn't it?
Well, it's not even.
But it's so accepted.
It's like I would call it distrust because of how accepted it is.
It's just accepted.
I just feel like everyone's aware, like, everything I'm doing is being recorded, but like I'm just kind of going along with it. And that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, I think that
I just like I'm sort of in the back of my mind. I'm always like aware, like, everything I'm saying in this like internet chat or every text message I'm sending or Snapchat video I'm taking or selfie I'm taking,
Yeah.
it feels temporary. It feels like it's going away forever, but I'm
It's
always
not.
kind of aware that it's
Yeah.
not. It's
Yeah.
like there for like,
Yeah, I mean, especially if you have like a Google Home and you're like talking about something.
yeah.
It's listening.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then also, not to get weird or anything, but like, or not to scare any listeners, but nudes. I'm just saying they're not as disappearing as
they're in
you
the
think.
cloud, man. I mean, listen,
They're there.
listen.
Like,
everyone thinks that the cloud is
Yeah.
like literally some sort of data center that's
Yeah.
just fluttering data around in the cloud. No. Like a cloud, like the iCloud or the Google Drive, is stored in their data center.
yeah.
You only have access it through Wi-Fi. Like, there's no such thing as it being in the cloud. Like, it's physically somewhere.
It has to be somewhere. Like,
That's impossible.
there's warehouses with just rows of
massive
hard drives
amounts of
and just like
massive
just all your
supercomputers.
data.
Yeah.
I just think of all like the people like, oh, I just sent a Snapchat, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
No, it's not gone forever. You know, it's like everything is like, yeah. I don't know.
Just be careful, I think.
Yeah, just be careful.
I think it's
and-
okay. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think, and by the way, I participate in everything. I send stupid texts. I send memes.
Me too.
Dumb. But
I mean, we're doing this. This is about as stupid as
this
you
is
can get,
dumb as
right?
you can get. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to like always have that sort of back in your mind thought awareness that everything I do in this current 21st century digital age is recorded and it's put down and it's remembered in a way.
Yeah.
So everything I do, I have to do it to the point where as I'm doing it, I have to like respect the fact that I'm comfortable with literally anybody knowing that I did this. And that's kind of like how I think we should technologically live our lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Did you hear about what California, just the California Consumer Privacy Act, I think it is?
No, what's that?
So basically that anyone that lives in California has the right to ask a company what data they have on them. And if they want to, have them delete that data. And that is now a law. So that's not like one of those shady, agree to the terms and conditions, where you just click it and then your data's like theirs, to sell. I mean, I like the idea of a company having your data about all the things you like and all the things you've said. Like, I'm okay with that. I really am, because I mean, you can look at it in a dark sense where like, well, they can, they know everything about you. Like, they know where you live, all these things. And like, yeah, but they're not organizing it in a structure where it's like your name. It's like you're just some digit, like some identifier code, that they have that's associated with all these different things, right?
Yeah.
And
just another number.
I'm okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, and that's okay with me. I'm okay with that. But I also think that if companies are going to use like my data, right? Let's say I want to buy pillows, right?
Yeah.
And I start getting ads for pillows, right? If they're selling data on me, I feel as if that I should be getting a little bit of that money back,
What they're making off selling data off you.
Exactly. Do you agree?
I mean,
it's almost because they're making money.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't know how we would implement this, but
that's the
I'm
thing.
just saying.
Like, I like the idea of it, but I can't agree with you just because of how
complex.
Well, not even complex, but just of how like that's everybody.
I know.
Then everybody should be getting paid.
Well, I'm talking about like a micro.
Okay.
Like micro.
But then when I get
sliver of a cent,
but then when I
like every year I'll make like $100 for letting Google sell my shit,
Yeah. So like you're saying you kind of want there to be a sort of
Well, there's got to be like some checks and balances, right?
So
right now,
yeah,
right, there is a checks and balances within California. Like I could contact Google, right,
and say,
and Google could be like,
delete my shit.
"Hey, we have all of this on you." Actually, Google's decently transparent, and they tell you what they have on you, or you can go in like your privacy settings or whatever.
Yeah.
So they can tell me that, and I can say, "Hey, delete it," or I can say, "Here's my direct deposit. You let me know. You know, you sell whatever. I'll buy whatever products from the ads. You know, you sell me because I like, you know,
you
consumer."
just gave your direct deposit to Google. That's a big move.
Okay, it's a joke, but
I know. I'm just kidding. Imagine though. Yeah, Google's in control of my direct
that's
deposit.
Why wouldn't I give
I
direct
trust
deposit
them.
to Google?
I trust them.
Yeah, they pay employees. They can pay me too. I lost my train of thought, but basically, you can sell my data.
Yeah.
Just give me, you know, a sliver of what you make off of it, because I'm a fan of the, you know, consumer driven advertising, like, or personal advertising. Like if I say like, hey, I'm looking for a audio mixer, like, and I see ads of audio mixers, I'm like, oh cool, like I'm gonna check these out. You know, maybe one of them's a good deal.
Yeah, just I mean,
I don't want random ads. You know, why would you want random ads?
Like when I say that me like opening YouTube. And like as I'm opening YouTube, I'm thinking of the video that I'm about to watch, and then that video pops up. Like that's not like that doesn't bug me. I kind of dig it.
Yeah,
like I kind of like the fact like they know. Like it's kind of that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining. So I do understand what you're saying. I kind of like the idea of like there's like an agreement you make where you're like, all right, I'm a consumer of the internet. And I am agreeing to let you just do
Make
what
money
you
off
want
of
with
me.
my data.
Yeah.
It just like you just put like $50 in my bank account every month. You know, like something as simple as that.
Something small, dude.
I like that because
I feel like that's how it should be, because we're gonna get to an age where I mean, your data is worth a lot of money to these companies. Yeah. You know, so they're making money off of like the things that you just sort of clicked by saying, hey, I want to use Gmail, you know, or hey, I want to use Google Drive.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to post this on YouTube, you know, and they're making money off of that.
I think the only issue you could hit is with companies lying. Is
for sure, but then
you think about the mass, just like everybody, all consumers. You take like I feel like the majority of those consumers aren't tech savvy enough to like they wouldn't be aware if, you know, let's say what you're saying where you're either like, yes, sell my data so I can get $50 a month, or no, delete my data as soon as it comes into you. Don't ever record it, delete it, dump it, all that stuff. I feel like the average person isn't techie enough, including myself, which is why I would click yes in this option. I don't think the average person is tech savvy enough to know that if they're clicking no to this, that they'll have no idea the company could still just be doing it secretly and just be lying about it.
Yeah, but that's with any law, right?
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is the risk though.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I think
but Google wouldn't break the law. I mean, if there's a law in place, Google's not going to break the law. You don't think people investigate Google all the time?
I don't know.
Neither do I, but I'm just assuming, right?
I'm just saying, like, when it comes to something like technology, I just feel like the average person doesn't know what's popping in terms of, like, the tech. Because I don't know what... I mean, I can say, like, oh, I'm opening YouTube and it knows what I want to watch. Yeah. But I don't know the technicalities of that. I don't know how they're doing that.
I mean, honestly, I'm in tech, but I honestly don't know the technicalities of it either. Like, it's very complex data structure.
As much as I love your idea of the check yes, check no, I just don't think it's possible because of how...
Yeah, it's very improbable.
There's no like checks and balances to the fact that if they came up with this idea, there's no way to actually make sure they're doing it.
Oh, for sure there is.
You know?
For sure there is.
Okay.
There's very smart people in the world, Frank.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I mean, they have to store their data somewhere, right?
So you can trick the average consumer. I just think you can make someone say no, like they're clicking no, all my data is deleted, and they're like, oh, I'm good. But then the whole time they're doing these recordings, sending these pictures, and everything is being stored.
Well, the problem would be The problem would be,
I just think it's
that-
easy to lie about something like that to regular consumers.
well, yeah, but that's why people get, that's why companies owe a ton of money to the government because they're breaking laws, right?
True.
So it's like if you're
like Volkswagen with the whole diesel
exactly
thing.
right. I mean, these things happen, right? And
Yeah.
of course, the problem would be is there's no universal button, right? So like in this situation where we have whatever proposition it is, it's like you have to directly contact the company you want your data from, and then tell them, hey, delete that and potentially never take my data again, right? Which is like impossible to talk about all the companies that you've come in contact with. Like, you don't know if they have data on you or not, right? Like, am I going to really, facilitate my contact with every single one of them?
Yeah.
So there's not going to be like a universal button. However, the big companies, you could just easily, do that. I don't know. I mean, again, it's a new topic, I think, within the, society's sphere. Sphere, is that a word?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably not.
The sphere of society.
The sphere of society. There you go.
The sphere of society.
Dude, I honestly can't talk when I have White Claws. It's like, it's the problem.
What happened to net neutrality, though? Because
Dude,
that was like a big thing.
Okay, so guess what?
Thing, and then I'm still waiting to feel the effects.
I got you, dog. Don't
Where
worry.
is it?
So net neutrality was passed, right? Like,
yeah, I thought it became
like
a thing.
A couple 2 years ago, or something
it was
like
like
that.
2017. It was like
right. So
low key, like in the past now.
Right. So then what happened is California was like, hell no.
Yeah, that's
you don't get to do that.
Yeah, fuck
like,
you.
We live in California. We're gonna have free internet. We're gonna do our thing.
I remember that. Okay.
And then apparently, it just got retracted. Don't ask me where I heard it, but I heard
that whole California, we have internet free, that is now taken away. We're back
no. Net neutrality.
Always retracted altogether.
No. Net neutrality was retracted 3 years ago. Then California was like, no, we have net neutrality here. Now, net neutrality is back everywhere. I think. Yeah.
So the whole
you're going to have to pay for Netflix and you're going to have to pay for YouTube. No, that's gone.
That's gone.
But it was never going to be a problem here because we live in California.
Yeah.
California's legit, man.
What was that thing again, though? What was
so
that? Like,
basically, it was like you had your internet providers, right?
Yeah.
And your internet providers were going to give you a certain amount of bandwidth. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get into the whole bandwidth lingo with you, but basically it means that you're going to get a certain amount of megabits per second
to do whatever internet thing you
going back and forth, right? Back and forth, right? You have to receive data and then send data, right? Yeah. So you're going to get 25 megabits per second coming back and forth, which is like, 25 megabits is not a lot, right? Yeah. So you'd have to pay more if you wanted 100 megabits, right? So, if you want to stream 180p, you're going to need 100 megabits, Frank.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Give us the money, right? I mean, that
is so fucking stupid.
That might be an overreaction, but basically you would be paying. I'm sure you have Comcast right now, or the school probably has Comcast. So the school would have to request, okay, well, our students on Netflix, we're gonna need 1,000 megabits per second for our dorms, right? Yeah. Because they like to stream. Yeah, damn right. Not rather, hey, let's pay $80 a month for this amount of megabits. Now we want 100 megabits here, we want 100 megabits here, and then, the other websites give them 25, right? Yeah. So, yeah. Looks like we're all out, man. And I think we should call it, dude. I think we should call it, yeah. That was a good episode. You pounded 3, huh? I pounded 3. You almost done with your 2? Oh, I'm done, bro. Okay. I'm good to go, man. That is a good spot to call it. I think this was a good episode. Yeah. We just talked a lot about tech, Tech. We talked about, and just like I said, just an overarching message of the episode. Just be aware of your digital footprint. For sure. And not only that, for sure, do what you want with your digital footprint. Absolutely. But always remember, hopefully you live in California. Be proud of it. Yeah. Be proud of it. And I don't care what your digital. I mean, I'm talking like. I'm talking anything. All right. I'm not going to put any barriers on you listeners. Hey. But all I'm saying is whatever digital footprint you're leaving, just be ready to defend that in a proud way and be okay with it. All right? Yeah. And as long as you're cool with that, then who gives a fuck what you're doing on the internet? I agree. Really. The internet should be a free space. It's a free space. No shame. All those weird Reddits, I respect. No shame. All right. Thanks for listening. All right, everyone. End of podcast.
7.